Growing up female in a celebrity-based pop culture. In our culture, we see celebrities as role models. These women seem to embody power to girls and young women because the celebrities demand attention and visibility. We see that the appearances and the clothing, particularly to celebrities, are sold to us so we can feel like we are empowered by wearing the same clothing as celebrities who have a lot of attention. We receive these looks for a fraction of the cost. What is being sold to us, however, is femininity as a consumer product. And what we do not understand or do not critically think about is that what's inspiring that particular look is porn culture. We see in our culture that sex tapes make the famous rich. And what we see in terms of the celebrities, the female celebrities, is that they are denoted as super sluts or trailer trash. Paris Hilton gets away with being anointed as slut because she is fabulously rich. The wealth acts as a kind of upmarket cleansing cream that instantly rubs off the direct effect. For most girls and women, however, especially those from the working class, the dirt sticks like mud. Britney Spears was not born into great wealth, unlike Hilton. So the attacks on her mothering, appearance, and portraying and partying tend to carry a subtext of classism in which Spears is described as a trailer trash slut that despite her millions can't escape her roots. We see in celebrity culture an overwhelming amount of sexualized femininity. Today, a girl or young woman looking for an alternative to the Britney Spears, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian looks will soon come to the grim realization that the only alternative to looking fuckable is to be invisible. What we see again is that the porn star look is normalized in celebrity culture. And if you don't look this particular way, you are invisible. The television show Sex and the City celebrated female independence. What we saw in particular about that independence is that the women were able to talk about their sexual desires. We also see in magazines, particularly Cosmopolitan, this idea of feminism being connected to sexuality. Cosmo claims to have served as an agent for social change, encouraging women everywhere to go after what they want, whether it is in the bedroom or the boardroom. In porn culture, empowering women translates into chicks having lots of sex. No magazine does more than Cosmo to teach women how to perform porn sex in a way that is all about male pleasure. It's a sheer ubiquity of hypersexualized images that give them power since they normalize and publicize, where they take on an aura of such familiarity that we believe them to be our very own personal and individual ways of thinking. They have the power to seep into a core part of our identities to such a degree that we think we are freely choosing to look and act a certain way because it makes us feel confident, desirable, and happy. What as a result is that we have a highly disciplined body. Women have internalized the male gaze. They see their bodies as objects for male gaze. And so we contribute to this major issue by self-policing with a narcissistic gaze. We look at ourselves and compare ourselves to the porn images. However, not all women can conform to this even if they wanted to. Conformity does bring privileges, as we see one of them being male sexual attraction, which in our culture seems powerful. What we have on most co-ed campuses is hookup culture, which is usually influenced by porn sex. Within hookup culture, there's no expectation of a relationship, intimacy, or connection. It is similar to porn sex. Women desire hookups. The problem is that most women want the hookup to evolve into a relationship. Men do not want any strings attached to this physical relationship. Why do women consent to hookup sex? It's possibly these females' negative feelings of self-worth or isolation may increase their desire to be wanted by or intimate with another. Thus, if they sensed a potential romance would result from an encounter, they may have engaged in sexual behavior with a casual sex partner in an attempt to feel better, at least temporarily. Males who engage in hookup sex reported the least depressive symptoms of any groups. They also reported feeling more pleasure and less guilt than the females who participated in the hookup. One reason for this could be the way that masculinity is socially constructed. Since the more sex partner a man has, the more he is conforming to the idealized image of manhood. So in hookup culture, women are labeled as sluts. There's no derogatory equivalent for men. Men are prized in this hookup culture for having multiple sex partners. And again, there's negative effects and consequences for women. Personal, psychological, and also in how they interact with others. The major issue here is consent. Do partners understand what is acceptable for the other partner and respectable for the other partner before engaging in a physical relationship. When there's no consent, it leads to unwanted intercourse. And this, we see that 78% of unwanted intercourse happens in hookup cultures. 8.3% happens on a date, and 13.9% happens in an ongoing relationship. Again, this is when unwanted intercourse happens. And again, consent is just, again, getting respect and the approval, the permission to have a sexual relationship with another person. And this is hard to do when there's a lack of clear boundaries, especially seen in hookup culture. Another problem that we have is sexualizing girls. Research has shown that girls who are sexualized have the same symptoms of those who have been sexually assaulted. Culture is assaulting our girls. Men define women's sexualities in ways that serve them, not women. Women are sold this particular sexuality as being empowering, when it's not.